there a hyphen in that?
Yes, it is hyphenated, which makes it a word.
That kind of sucks. I think it would be much better without the hyphen.
Yeah, razzle dazzle.
Now, one of the favorite words that I ever put in Scrabble was race mate, which is one word.
Race mate?
Yeah, race mate is one word.
The most ridiculous one is czar, because apparently people say, instead of pizza, they say czar. And that's a...
Is that a legit Scrabble word?
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
And you make
Z-O, Z-A, both legit.
And you make loads of points because it has a Z in it. And obviously it's really easy to make.
Yeah.
But who says czar for pizza? Bloody hell. Device straight in there, not taking any shenanigans of shocks. He's shutting it down. And that's really nice for Astralis. Now they have the numbers advantage. They got outside. Kenny's looking to allow players some position here on ramp before he strikes with his silenced USP. Oh, they line up. Beautiful there for Kenny. Gets himself two.
Beated. They rescued the bomb, however. Glaive has control of control, which is really... Oh, boy, that's an execution. That's a nice shot with the P250. Oh, yes. Yes. P250, boys. Getting a lot further than he may have otherwise with a Glock.
This is so winnable.
Oh, yes. P250, let's go. He's got 4 bullets left. He's dropping the smoke. But he is seen. And he has been.
Your P250 dream has been taken away from you, James.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. I don't know if you noticed. I love the P250 in a pistol round.
It is, I mean, you could see the strength right at the range. This is just unfortunate for Astralis that they don't clear that out. I think because of that one pick, the only player that would be in ramp room is someone who's spotting back and forth. It's a great job from Kenny, great patience from him. Nade out, pretty decent damage, but it's the shot that's better.
I wouldn't say it's unfortunate, because I think it's...
yeah, that was perhaps a poor choice of words.
Yeah, because I think it's pretty well done by G2, and in a pistol, I don't think you're ever checking that spot. Especially if you pick another guy off. But, I mean, that kind of play, I think, is worth warning to Astralis of what might be to come. We do expect a strong performance from G2 on this map, and I think it's fair to say they're a favourite. 2 pistol players remaining for Astralis. Dupree's managed to get himself into an off angle, but he has just about been spotted. I find it interesting that the boxes on ramp in the corner on the left there are not used more. I mean, I think in a lot of rounds you can get 2 kills in that position.
If you're boosted, you mean?
Yeah, because I did wonder about it when it first came about. It's like they've taken the corner away, but then they've put it back, but an elevated position, which almost makes the position worse for a T. But it's not used as much as I thought it might be. It's not yet.
I think part of it might be because if you boost someone up there, they're so... Well, one thing it does is it requires 2 people to do it at the beginning of the round, right? So you take a little bit of manpower away elsewhere. And then also, once you get someone boosted up there, they're pretty static. Like, you give up a lot of advantages, and there's some danger if you get down. And it's... I think a lot of teams choose to have someone who's more flexible in their mobility if they, you know, to rotate towards lower to help out if needed as well. I think that those would be like the 2 big strengths in my mind that get taken away by having someone boosted there, but that is an obscenely powerful position. You almost feel bad.
Yeah, but I guess if you want to, if staying alive is a priority, as you often see ramp players, when they see the numbers, they'll start to fall back into B. Can't really do that, so I guess it's a different approach.
This isn't even fair. Shock's just jumping around corners.
I miss the, remember when you could boost on a tube? There's like a tube on ramp.
Yeah.
You could boost on.
You mean,
Oh, yeah.
in ramp room or down below?
I think it was...
Are you talking CSGO nuke or like 1.6 nuke?
I don't know, I think it was in CSGO. I think there was a pipe that you could boost on.
Yeah, you're right. NIP used to do it back in the super old days.
I'll find you a picture.
I think...
Okay.
Yeah, they used to... you have to stand on the crate, the big crate, and you can boost up there. So it was not the easiest boost in the world. Shock's just still going at it there outside with the MP9. Not a care in the world. Apex incredibly exposed, although he will retreat from that position into a more favorable one now as all the LTs are running amok here. MBK's found a timing, though, with the Silence Stem 4, and he's going to make his way forwards. Only good for one, though. That's potentially an issue now, because Apex finally gets caught out there with that FAMAS in the open. And now this puts G2 in a horrible spot.
They really, really wanted to fight for that control of outside. They were dedicated to that in so many different ways, and now there's such a long time for Astralis to just sit and wait patiently. And
Wow, he didn't take a single bit of damage.
I can't believe he stuck around
And the
for that
bomb is
fight.
there as well.
Yeah, that's huge. Does he know?
Wow.
He's got to know.
That's so high impact. That changes it from a horrible round into a very, very good one. Kenius finds himself another kill, and maybe even one more from Body, however, as it's all falling apart for Astralis. That is quite surprising. Kenny, man.
What a play.
Yeah, and he can drop the AK, pick up the AWP.
That was like the horror movie, though, for Kenny, where it's like, please don't turn this corner. Device is waiting for this exact thing, and it works out. But then the push through the smoke is like the next level.
Yeah.
To do that.
What a monster. 4-0 for G2. Another great start. They had one on overpass, and that did allow them to close things down. Astralis, though, were hot on their heels and did formulate a recovery. Recoveries should be somewhat inevitable, but this is certainly some confidence gained for G2.
That's a great second shot from Kenny. Not an easy one to hit. NBK taken out towards the ramp. Can Zipex retrieve a gun? He can do better than that. He's looking for a third kill. What the hell's going on? He's got 3 bullets in his CZ. Casually getting 3 kills with the CZ. Ooh. And look how much area they have. Look how much position they have.
This is so next level, though. Because if you're G2 in this position, you never think they're going to go to the upper bomb site. You're thinking they're in ramp, he just got 3 kills there. They're definitely going to go lower and try to get this plant down, but Astralis just do the complete opposite. That's so disgusting.
Upper plants attempted here by Astralis. DP will lose Zipex. Now he's going to do it alone. He might be able to do so. They're able to just barely not get that kill. That's a pretty solid shot, though, off the CZ, but the trade is going to come his way in the end. Needed to take down Kenius immediately.
So, Dan, this is around from our conversation earlier,
Yes.
when we mentioned the ecos and everything, why this is where the conversation becomes pistols are being too powerful. Like,
Yes,
the CZ
yeah.
should never be able to win all those fights.
I agree.
Like, he wins a duel in the actual ramp room itself against an AK, long range against the player at the horseshoe. It's just so disgusting. All with
Yeah.
1 clip as well.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Or 2 clips.
Magazine.
What's a clip then?
Apparently the clips are only used in like one thing, was it, James? Like in the revolver or
I
something?
don't know.
I don't know.
I just don't know. I will never know. I will never understand. Doesn't matter how many people tweet us. We're never going to understand. We need to get some guns out. I was, I'll tell you off camera. I'll tell you off camera. Something dodgy. Just, I don't like to talk about ideas or executing them. It's never a good idea.
Yeah.
0 to 5. Astralis forcing their way into the A site, but no engagement just yet. The first one being won by G2. Body will trade for his teammate Apex as well. And now NPK on the high ground will offer more. 3-on-1 Device. Do they realize he's in? They wait for the smoke to clear. The new one will go in its place. It's going to be hard for Device to really make a play through this smoke, so he may have to just wait it out. It seems Shocked is asking questions of the corner. Oops.
That's so loud.
Now they know. That's especially if your device, you're just like, man. Yeah, he's got essentially nothing to do here. He's got to hope someone makes a mistake, and it's just not going to happen. That round is like, if you're an upper defender, or a team that struggles with upper defense, I mean, look at how those rotations and how that worked from G2, and especially if you're the anchor of the upper bomb site, just watch Body. He does such a good job behind those silos of not over-committing to any of those fights. I mean, probably because he has the knowledge that NBK is behind him, so he's making sure that the Astralis players have to wrap around and have to overextend if they want to take over the site. Because he wins a couple, and it's very easy as that upper defender to feel like you have to do more, like you're going to get swarmed at any second, you swing out just too wide, and then you actually do lose the bomb site for your team. But he does a really good job under a lot of pressure.
Very quickly, can we just recognize the landing sound in the vents? Because I don't think G2 knew what it was, because obviously these new sounds are still quite unfamiliar to most people. So, you know, people complain about the new sounds and stuff, right? But the fact that it's very logical as to what that sound is pretty freaking awesome. And I think,
Like sheet metal, you mean?
yeah, I mean, compared to every impact sound before was just the one that you just heard from Glaive's jump there. So I think they're going to have a big part to play in Counter-Strike moving forward. I think that's really, really awesome. Give it a few months, and I think G2 know he's in the vent, but I think that rocks.
Well, Shox is doing some good work outside. That was a nice shot from him. The bomb's out there too. And with 3 players left, Astralis are in this territory where they have to just walk out and take Jules and just hope that they win these 1v1s somehow. That's really where they're at now.
Yeah, they've got no utility, do they? They can't really. Ooh, my
Wow!
Christ almighty.
Well, there you go. That's one versus one in the bag, but it's quickly traded thanks to Shox.
Did you see the belt on Device's model? Looked like he's been in Gucci. It was a big ass belt. It had wings on the buckle. Dupree with 9 HP. He's got a AK though. Only needs to land 1 bullet. He can try to run distraction, although Zipex has announced his position as well. Assuming that the CT has to be close. Dupree's seen 1 of the 3. And there is another one. So the round is over. Astralis not yet on the scoreboard.
They're having a really tough time getting openings. I mean, even these past couple of rounds when they've tried to go outside, just getting shut down.
Shox was really good at moving around there. He was every single time in a completely different position at a different timing.
And that's one of the things that I think is confusing them when they want to go to that area of the map. Is are they going to be facing Kenny? Are they going to be facing Shox now that they have to be worried about? Because Shox being mobile, peeking from so many different spots, and then you've got Kenny at range. And the good thing is, since Kenny got the opening kill, it makes Astralis a lot more nervous about taking some kind of wild fight, which opens them up to Shox.
Shox just trying to control things here with the AK, doing a great job with it. G2 with some nice communication on how their opponents are moving, how they need to give up space. Shox will go down, but hopefully somebody collects his AK that he drops. It would be a sad shame not to see Shox continue with that AK, but
I like watching Shox aim.
I think many of us do.
When he's running around searching for an opponent, it's just,
yeah,
it's just awesome. Look at him, he's all over the place.
Hungry.
Predator. That's what G2 should do with their if they ever like actually wear helmets to a major, they should have Predator dreadlocks on them.
If they ever wear helmets to a major?
Because of their logo is a samurai helmet.
Okay, I got you. I was wondering why would G2 ever wear a helmet to a major, but I get it.
Don't often see somebody up there.
That's the second time we've seen that kind of aggression. It happened on the 4th round when Shox had an SMG, with Apex pushing on the roof behind it and Shox getting to red box, and it hasn't worked either time. If you remember, that 4th round was bailed out by Kenny's play in secret. And now it's kind of put him in at a disadvantage that they have to recover from as well in a 3v3, and it's giving Dupree a lot of space to work with.
And meanwhile, Glaive as well pushing down secrets, so they're sort of getting pushed in from 2 spots, and it's 2 potential plays to be made from Astralis that could open things for them. But again, with the way that this map works as the CTs, you can play so fast between the bomb sites on rotation. You just have to make sure you can control the area around the vents so that you can actually get into that lower side if you need to. And you can see MBK's job is just that.
Yeah, but now, I mean, they've had so much time. This is where they don't know what's coming. He wants information, and that's exactly what Glaive is waiting for. It's a lot of time to just be nervous and sit in vents wondering where the hit is going to come from. So MBK gets antsy, and he goes down. Molotov into the vents to allow Dupree a safe plant, and this is looking very strong position for Astralis.
Are we thinking the save? Because unless there's a fast kill here from G2, it might be a bit hard to get in without any additional utility, any smokes to cut off these angles, because Astralis have had so much time to set up post plant, so much time.
Yeah, I think this will be a save. And sometimes it's hard to make that decision when you're up 8-0, but there's no reason to risk the economy. That's the disaster scenario, is to get reset, and there's no better way to do it than to throw away 2 guns in just an impossible effort. So I like this call. Kenny's at 16-1.
Yeah, having quite the game. And a lot of those kills have been with rifles and so on too, so good to see that he's able to just get going in general on the map. And I liked your point, you know, seeing the Shox Apex combo. It's definitely something new that I've seen from them. I haven't seen that set up or that play from G2 in the past, so perhaps they're experimenting at the moment with it.
I think the issue with it is like it's designed to just get into fights, right? It's designed to just straight up battle outside, and when the action isn't as fast or aggressive as they'd like it to be, when Astralis has some smokes out and they're kind of walking around him, a lot of it is timing for Shox, and then once he falls Apex, there's nowhere for him to run to because he's up on the roof. Yep. So the action that occurs, it's designed to, you know, get you those 3 kills very, very quickly with players turning the corner.
It's a much more passive round from G2. Is Shox in the garage or isn't he in secret? I have no idea. Okay, he's in the garage. Okay, so this is interesting because they don't have Kenny S just watching over outside. Shox is just sort of playing that. Kenny's by the ramp, gets himself a pick off, and information as well. And information. Some information. It's probably more correct English. Glaive's deep here.
Ooh, that could be a very rough timing if Astralis was to go into vents. I think they have someone watching it, but Kenny's about to get wrecked. Absolutely taken down.
He's about to get fisted by Glaive. We can hear the scoping. It's too good to let pass up.
Apex left reloaded. He's only got 3 bullets.
Oh my god.
He's had that for ages. I thought he didn't want to give up his position by reloading, but maybe he simply forgot. Awkward, but he'll still get a kill. It's going well for G2 at the moment, but there are still 2 players to fight. Charlie's going to get his bell rung, and Zipex's position known. He can get sprayed through that as well.
It's just like, please, I hope that went far enough. Apex had a bit of a rough round there. He was the one that missed the timing to allow those Glaive to get to the door to kill Kenny. And the 3 bullet situation is just awkward.
That's quite funny. But no one will remember because they won the round and everything's fine.
I'll
so
remember.
It's all good.
I'm bringing it up in the next test segment.
Next time you see him.
Yep. He won't remember.
No, he won't. It's actually really weird, like how memory works when you're playing, because you're sort of so like zoned in. I think whenever I've played my best games, I remember almost nothing from the game.
I find the same commentating as well.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I forget it quickly what happened for the most part.
I remember more when I'm commentating versus analyzing.
I remember things I want to nerd out about later on, but even those I have to write them down.
It's the reverse for me, Jason, actually.
Really?
Analysis is where I have so much time to create a story and a narrative and structure, and I can write everything down, and it's fine. That helps me a lot in remembering everything, but commentary is harder for me.
I find it depends on the environment where I'm watching the match. Like in a green room, I can't concentrate at all. But if I'm isolated, then I can. 4 on 4. This is a must-win for Astralis. Otherwise, their money's going to be in the toilets. Nobody likes to be in the toilet. GRB planting for main. He's got device covering in case somebody tries to breach from there through the smoke, but that won't happen. Not yet. But there are CTs lurking in that position. Seems GRB's going to make a play for the high ground with some flashbangs in tow. Let him play from both sides. No kill. He'll have to reposition. Still a CT lurking around main, waiting for these smokes to finally disappear. No more grenades for the T's, just guns. Play coming in. Shox will trade around the hut position. Communication finally got there. The bomb will be touched, and the flank is there. Sorry, the peak is there. Shox will just about have time for it. And I mean, at least they got the bomb plant Astralis, so it's not absolute worst case scenario, but by no means is it good.
That seemed a little confused from Astralis. Like, Kirby didn't realize that Shox was coming out of hut. It was coming from above. I think maybe the gunfire kind of maybe confused the sound a little bit of where it was coming from. But regardless, that's a sick retake for G2. I thought maybe when it got into that 2-on-3, when that one kill in heaven went down, G2 would just choose to kind of back off slowly and save, but great recovery just as the smoke fades. Kenny has plenty of time to find a couple kills, and yeah, this is rough for Astralis. 10-1 now. They're going to go for just the old ramp rush. I love this. And here's MK. He's got to be super careful. They've already got a lot of ground on him, and he swings out wide. It's amazing he hasn't been punished. It was just one player, just Device, trying to chase that down. And now they're able to shore up the defense into the lower site. Although Apex gives up that angle pretty quickly.
And it's fine to let the bomb go down here as long as you just get the kills, secure the round. No one cares. So that's what they are planning for. Oh, that could be good. Yes, that's a fantastic grenade. Good follow-up damage onto Kirby as well. He's left on 15. And there's the smoke down in position. Not sure if Kirby's position is known about. Probably not. Indeed, it's not known. Kirby could very well do incredible amounts of damage in this position. Picks up the AK-22 bullets to work from. Spray into the smoke. Can't find the defuser in time. And that's the round for G2 again. Kirby will survive, though.
Didn't seem sure of where the bomb was planted. You can have a quick look at the radar to see roughly if you're facing the right direction. Tough in a situation like that, though, when you're tracking a CT standing right in front of you.
I think it's tough in the hectic nature as well to communicate the different nuances of the plant down there, especially because they didn't have the bomb site under control. Those players in the doors, Apex was especially at that door, so they just wanted the plant safe. Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. Shots. I love this play. Oh! Unfortunate timing for him. But the idea was there, and Apex will save his bacon. Double snipers for the G2 team. The wall of smoke comes out. Kenny will wait for a cross. That is a lovely shot onto Device. That is a lovely shot. He makes it look so casual.
You have to be really afraid if you play G2 and Nuke, don't you? You just have to be just afraid.
They don't have any answers for anything that's happening at the moment. This Astralis team. I mean, they haven't even gained any ground anywhere, and they're already down to just 2 players. This is what a suffocating defense this has been.
They've had some good rounds where they've created post plants and so on, and it's gone down to the clutch. But G2 are just edging out all these spots. Doing a great job so far. Dupree does get a kill onto Apex though, which will create slightly more space to work with. You can see he's in hard at the moment, but his position is known. And again, his good Nuke plays as the CTs is about giving up space, readjusting, your positions, your rotations. That is a very loud sound as Shocks will spin around and put one straight in the chest to Dupree.
They figured out the sound right off.
Yeah, that sound is really cool. I do think that where Kirby was playing on A and got confused about sound, I wouldn't be surprised if they mentioned that in a tweet later on about the sound being confusing, because people have mentioned Nuke specifically, but
yeah,
I'm not saying the sound is perfect, because I have mentioned there are some weird directional issues that I found recently, but with the updated impact sounds, it might be worth just running around each map and listening to how things sound. Anyway, it seems like they're looking for a fast play into or through the A site at the moment. There's a lot of abuse in that direction. NBK looking for a flank in the meantime. Shocks is going to get killed by Kenny. No misses from Zipex, and NBK is in their back. And that's going to make things very awkward. We've got a vent dive from the last 2 players, and there's no one here, I don't think, for the CT side.
No, they're going to have to go down the vent if they want to try and stop this, and they should be more aware of that possibility. And this is a real chance for Astralis here. Dupree can hold down these vents. This is going to be tough. Who goes in first? It's Kenny. Misses the shot. He's blocked by his teammate as well. That makes things easy.
That is a mess. Apex has found himself a pretty nice spot. Knife. Oh, he thought about it for a moment, but he will reconsider. The last player spotted in the vents. Smoke on the bomb. Forces Dupree out of position, and somehow Apex gets the clutch. God knows how that works.
That is insane.
What a mess of a round.
Yeah, that sequence in the vents was fantastic.
So good.
Whoa.
It's just like the most likely of things to happen, isn't it?
Kenny is 22-3.
Yeah.
FYI. Unless, I don't know if someone's already mentioned that, but
We've been on Kenny Watch. We've been keeping track of that.
But 22-3.
He was 16-1, I think, at one point, which is insane. Yeah, this is nuts. And I mean, this is part of the problem is they've never been able to take this op out, and they've also, I mean, if you look at some of these rounds, the fact that Kenny can have the AWP as much as he wants, he's obviously very, very comfortable opping outside. He's constantly been getting kills. That's a great sequence from Dupree. That is beautiful.
That's stunning stuff from Dupree. Again, we keep giving him credit as to the form that he's displayed lately and the additional aggression he's bringing to the table. But now it's Kenny. He's 22-3. Looks like he's destined to be with 4 deaths in this round, but who knows how many kills. That's an additional one. But 13-2 is the half-time score.
But like, even if you go back to the last round when Astralis tries to do that upper rush, they ran into, I mean, G2, because they have so much money, like that just like narrows your playbook, because when Astralis does call an upper rush out finally, like G2 just drops Molotovs in each at the door and in the hut, and then as soon as they're at the end of their lifespan, they drop smokes, and it buys time for the flank to come in from ramp room, which yields 1 or 2 kills. You know, one player has to just run through the smoke disconnected from his team, so the fact that the CT side was able to have just a solid economy all the way through and have the op and all the Molotovs and everything they could need throughout the whole half, that's why Nuke can be such a grinding map, where even on the T side, you have to be getting kills even if you're not winning the rounds.
Well, perhaps Astralis can salvage something in the pistol. It's a good start from Glaive. Device will peek through the smoke as well, finding himself a good timing. Kenny, surely not. Is he really working this out? He has! And Device can't do anything from this position. That's huge.
Yeah, he's got support from a second player though, so they may start the chase in that direction. And Kenny may have to rotate because he's got work to do in the B bomb site. Body certainly needs some help, and now Kenny is alone. And he has been annihilated.
A pistol won by Astralis. Boom.
1 for 4.
They're in there.
Certainly could be the start of something. They can very easily do the same exact thing that we just saw the G2 do to them, so I think it's going to be dicey for G2, although you do love to see G2 without a plant not buying in this round. They've got a 13-3 lead, so just make sure that you're going to have everything you could want in that first gun round. You like to see some of the economic decision-making be positive for this team.
Yes. Oh, they're just chatting.
Ooh.
They're having a chat, a bit of a tactical timeout, perhaps.
Shout out Existence.
While they're doing that, somebody...
Look, they're not allowed to idle. It says no idle zone. They're idling. Sorry.
Somebody tweeted me and said, in the first half, there was a Molotov from Shox outside to stop the smoke to cover the cross, I guess the wall of smoke, to disrupt it, which was really cool.
We've seen that through throughout the lifespan of CS:GO. Like if you think over to Inferno, there was a time where teams were debating whether it'd be a good use of a Molotov to throw it on the roof to stop that smoke coming over from the CT arch side.
Yeah, an old Inferno. That was fun to see. That was nice. Well then, discussions are being had from G2.
It's amazing that they do this when they're 13-3 up. Just saying. That's amazing. I really like that, you know. I don't think teams do it enough.
So what, just sit and spawn and have a chat with Glocks?
Yeah, just have a chat. Just
I would at least buy P250.
I think
My
it's
discussion. Nice to look at.
Oh! This is so glorious. Oh,
Oh my god, he just made $77.50.
Oh man, that's so sick.
That was beautiful. That was like playing Doom.
Yeah, it was. This was fantastic.
Oh,
That is just so delicious. Delicious. Even.
You're enjoying that, aren't you, Dan?
I am enjoying that.
You're
Why are they
enjoying it
buying
like
this
a
round?
Pie.
Satisfaction.
why are they buying this round?
That's interesting. Because they have a plan. Their plan is to rush the upper site and get absolutely wrecked by Dupree. 2 kills for him. Some trades made out here though by G2, but they are in a 1v3, so you don't like that necessarily.
Why have they done that, Dan?
I don't know.
Why? Like, after I just praised them for the economic decision making.
I think
NBK has $100.
it's obviously like to an extent a bit gimmicky because they're saying, oh, you know, we're going to show a full Glock save. So, but I mean, the thing is, like, if you ever show a full Glock save, I feel like the other team has to be suspicious of this. You know, it's a possibility because, you know, why would you Glock save if you can just buy some deagles, right? It makes you a bit suspicious that something fishy's up.
The only other idea I could think of is that maybe they wanted to say, all right, if you're going to put a shotgun there, we'll come right at it with weapons that can actually fight back.
Yeah, it still doesn't seem like a good game
No,
plan
it
for the long term.
Yes. Shox just drops a pistol on the floor to try and cover his jump off the roof to be sneaky. But yeah, why? Okay.
So it'd be great to you should tweet them and ask them why did they buy on the 18th round. That'd be interesting to know.
I mean, if they, yeah, like.
I mean,
I'm confused because they spend so much money, and if they're doing that to do damage to the economy, but they have to eco if they lose the rounds. I mean, maybe the focus was if they plant the bomb, then they can buy. So I think maybe they're taking a gamble to do damage, plant the bomb, and make it okay. But they didn't plant the bomb, so now they give Astralis another opportunity to make more money.
Yeah. Were they going for a vent dive there?
I don't think it was even possible to know. They just got slaughtered so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the thing, though. Like, you know, you have a chance to go in the fourth round with a strong economy as a T side. Like, that's what you want. You want that kind of weaponry so that you can do damage to the economy. Like, why not just go into the fourth round? Either way, we'll forget about that for now. I'll drop the outrage.
No, I'm just trying to work out what the options look like because, again, you're telegraphing to the opposition that you could be doing something a bit weird in the next round because you're supposed to buy something in that round because there's no point to just full save on the T side.
My issue is it didn't really. It's just like you're giving up a gun round. Like
Yeah.
You can see here they know how to essentially. They've had 2 saves and a pistol round and a half buy in the first 4 rounds of this half. So you've given up one of your gun rounds.
Yeah, it's a sad shame, but perhaps they don't need these gun rounds, Jason. Did you ever consider that? Your big old brain, huh?
Only with the French team do I ever consider that a possibility of making something work.
Well then, will the comeback continue for Astralis? This will be a key round to give us a clue. G2 finally on fire. They've given Astralis a second fight. Savage aggression from Kiabi, but will he expect the player behind main? Doesn't matter because he backs off. Some sound cues though for Apex, but will he be able to capitalize on them? You see him start to move around. However, there's a player in secret.
Oh no.
But I can't imagine that player heads towards main. So, will he trade though? Will he trade? Apex repositioning. It's a risk for Device to expose himself to try and look towards Apex because somebody could be on the roof, for example. But he'll make it there. He will make it there.
It was nice by Apex to realize that G2, it's super likely that that Astralis, would have somebody else playing outside or around outside. And he was really desperately looking for that player. Fast shot from Device will get rid of that issue though. Now some focus on ramp room, but it's just shut down by the effort from Astralis. So back over towards the upper bomb site here for an MBK. He's going to serve as the bait, the distraction for his teammates to get out there. Great double from MBK as he pushes forwards. Can't make it the triple, but his body in quickly down into the lower site, who could cause some problems.
At least get a plant. So that's great. You're going to get the bonus money. You have smoke and a flash to work with. You have a chance in this 1v2. This would actually be massive. But they've already done the damage to the economy, so it's going well so far.
The door is open. And the round is over. They have done some damage. And it is important they do that damage because they did give Astralis that extra round after not managing to plant the bomb in their half buy. Six rounds feels like a lot, but it may not be. It may not be after all. However, G2 have got the money to buy again, so the pressure will continue. But we'll see what the money's like for Astralis once they finish their buy.
Still pretty strong. I mean, remember, Device also had that ace with the shotgun, so he's swimming in it still.
Yeah.
Absolutely loving it. We'll have to keep a watch on Kenny as well, because he ended the first half at like 23 and what, 4, I think it was?
Yep. Yeah, that's about correct. 4 definitely. Epic's the man. receiving the aggression here on ramp. You can see that he'll just let go of his position and fall back down to ramp. His teammates can adjust their positions as well, now that they understand that, okay, ramp is occupied, ramp is open, but the lower bomb site is still under control. So Device is able to stop them going in towards Hell and Heaven so that they could pressure onto the upper site. So Astralis is just trying to manage the T's movements now as opposed to straight up deny them. And this is the problem once you take ramp. This is the thing, sometimes there's some teams that are a bit paranoid about giving ramp away, but it's really, the T's can have ramp, but if you're actually holding the lower sites, it's still very hard for them to actually push forwards.
If they take secret and ramp, then Astralis may feel very pinched, and that is what G2 are looking for, but Astralis will choose to fight that. Kirby knows he needs to make a play, and he cannot escape. There is a player between main and the smoke, though, who's going towards the smoke, so there'll be a second, there'll be a flank here for the CT side. It's effective an off angle, but he can't transfer to the second player. Dupree, though, in the vent will do massive damage. That flank's still there, one-on-one. Glaive coming from the back, and NBK's had a look to see if anybody's there. Oh, he spots it. There's 7 seconds left. He's got to plant the bomb. He's got to commit to this. Repositioning. Very smart stuff. Glaive, where will he go? Towards the vent. NBK has to worry about those 2 places, and he needs to be ready for a 180 if the door is open as well. Never know, could be. Oh, he's missed him! He's missed him completely! He's gone past the angle, down on the ground, and Glaive will win the duel. Finally, tense stuff for both teams, but Astralis continue to come back.
Not damage though.
That's so funny from Glaive. He's just letting NBK sweat it out. Super paranoid about everything in that lower bomb site. All done to timing there, but yeah, I mean, good thing pointing out the damage as well. There's 4 kills, there's a bomb plant, so Solus money is actually getting lower and lower on the Astralis side, and meanwhile, as long as G2 is getting those plants, they can have however strong of a buy that they want. So that's really sick coming out from them. They're at some point that they just have to capitalize, right? Like when you get the economy this low, you have to win a round, and that's what's really going to apply the pressure, because in the following round, Astralis isn't going to be able to have all the nades. Maybe they don't have an AWP, maybe they're just missing something they could use. So G2, we were going to talk about this, you know, the damage they're doing in these rounds, but that's going to turn into just like a silver lining at a certain point if they can't convert it.
Yeah, if Astralis die with 5 players now, yeah, they'll be in a spot where they can't really get a buy, and that's kind of problematic indeed. They won't be far off though.
I mean, the danger is Astralis can't really get reset once, because G2 at 13 means that would be 2 rounds. And that's the win essentially.
That's it, yeah. Fast play outside though from G2 as Device will fall all the way back here, not able to challenge. Oh, a missed smoke, or perhaps just a delayed one.
Oh.
Device close, but no cigar. Secret is G2's, and we should expect Astralis' rotations. But wow, Shox is looking for that flank. That's crazy. Good stuff from Shox. Dupree trying to be very active.
This is why Nuke can be so tough on the T side. Is look at the utility of G2. They do that execute. They get into secret. What do they have to actually get to the bomb site though? They've got 3 Molotovs and 2 flashbangs. They've used everything just to get into this position, and now it just feels like there's almost not even a way forward.
That's a lovely fast shot from Device, and he spots the player on the catwalk as well. 2-man spray down for Zipex, and he's got support from Kiabi. G2 runs the crossfire, and it won't work out for them. Astralis on the cusp of double figures.
Was that 4 smokes used because they might have missed one to make that wall happen? Or 3 smokes?
I think.
Had to have been at least 3.
I'm not sure if one was a CT smoke there.
Yeah.
Which you can sometimes see. Hard to know. I don't know if a T round has been won in this half yet. I don't think it has. No.
Nope.
CT dominant map so far. If you're just joining us, G2 1 overpass. They were looking strong on Nuke, but it's time for a comeback it seems. There you see 4 smokes out there, definitely one on the CT side. They move into secret. That spray will not yield any results. Dupree with an off angle. That's done to his team in the first half in this area. Good for the second kill as well. So important to get that second frag.
Speaking of, Shox is going to get himself one in the bag as well. That's a really big one to pick up after just losing 2 players. Now, the question is really, how do they develop the round? Because they don't have any map control at all. And the problem with that is also that Astralis know that that's the case. They've got someone pushing outside. Dupree was just keeping tabs. Shock's now going back outside, which is also really key if he's able to make some noise, create some distraction here for his teammates, and he's throwing some nades, which will help to do that, and probably threaten the secret position as his team go upper.
He's just trying to posture the way that this can be a split with the upper bomb site. There's Kenny with an angle. There's one more in the site, though. Which way is he peeking? And that's a huge kill with a Molotov to get. And now Kenny just has to pin him down. The device does fall, so the bomb will get planted.
Oh, NBK not got an angle on the vent, but out comes Dupree and kills his teammate. Not ready for the player in hut, though. And Zipex will take the round. That is super awkward. I think there was some steps on the ladder as well, surely.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't think the angle was there, but it was.
It could be so many different things as well. It could just be like maybe they were communicating at the time and he didn't quite hear the footsteps or something, but he was in a great position. Either way, I mean, still not easy to just pop out of the vents and get an instant kill like that. So another good retake from Astralis, but these rounds are so close, and I mean, even still, we'll just go back to harp on the money again because it's just grinding it away. Zipnix has got quite a bit, but Glaive at 150, Device at 750.
What, he's got 7 kills? I just noticed.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of kills.
No, it's not ideal, is it? All right, Dupree. He's just had enough.
that was the.
Why did he do that?
That's crazy, isn't it? You don't expect it, and it's what Shock's punished him for. One of the previous rounds, just the round previous. He punished Dupree from just trying to push up the ladder straight away when Astralis felt like they had the advantage, but a very fast pace here from G2, and Shox catches Device again. Shox has actually been menacing outside.
Yeah, he's done a great job. He's almost like lurking this outside yard very, very well. Yeah, that's a huge kill to get, and I think that'll freeze some of the rotations until he goes down.
Shox was spotted by KRB much earlier on, but Shox is on fire today as far as aiming goes. 3 on 3, there's a minute on the clock for G2. If they want to go for a smoke plant in B, they can, but the bomb just making its way inside. Zipex in the hell position. Dupree on A, keeping an eye on what's going on. Glaive's going for a fact-finding mission, and he's found himself some facts.
I mean, still the next danger is where does the bomb go to get here? There's 25 seconds left right now, so this could come down to a timer. Just a kill at the right moment could end this for G2.
And the positioning is actually great for Astralis. Having both Zipex and Dupree ready, or like in this sort of crossfire type scenario, is really nice. But a very fast frag onto Dupree will basically mean that Zipex has to give his position away immediately. There's 7 seconds to plant the bomb, and they go for the kill. And that's a quad for Zipex. Well, that's one way to do it. 11 rounds now for Astralis as G2. They can see the bomb plant and the round.
You hate to see that.
That's a monster play from Zipex.
He wins
got to
these.
go for the kill.
I hear.
Beautiful stuff. Still no T rounds for G2. Maximum loss bonus. Minimum results. GRB up to his old trick once again, and he's going to move inside. 1 for 1. Could have been 2, maybe should have been 2, but Shock's pretty quick on the trigger finger, making plays into main now. He managed to blind Dupree, and the charge is on for G2.
Shox has said, okay, look guys, it's time to close this one down. It's a nice double from him. He's been consistently doing a huge amount of damage on this T side, and now it's going to be an awfully tough effort back into the upper bomb side to try to retake this. But Astralis have done it before in this round, in this half, sorry, so we can't count them out from it here. A bit awkward there, playing in between the silos. And now it's just down to body against Glaive. He's got the health advantage and one straight to the face.
It's a good time to turn up. Look at the damage to the money.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a long time coming, and that's just a huge sigh of relief for G2. I don't know if they've kept well enough track to realize how low it's going to be, but if there could be an indication. And yeah, Shox does seem like he's in that mood where he's just like, all right, guys, whatever we do, I'm gonna get us 1 kill outside. And that time it felt like there was a pretty big heavy rotation from Astralis towards the outer portions of the map, that there was only one player in upper when that fast-paced hit did come in, and oh god,
I love this.
The lobby crunch.
The classic lobby rush. Oh, MP9, get it in there, get it in. Can't quite get the frag though. The nade to follow will do the job, but it looks like it won't necessarily be enough just yet. Well and truly out of position as well. Oh, that's not a good range for the Mag 7.
No, it's not ideal, is it?
Just a PSA there.
Could be curtains.
Surprise. Okay, 15-11, G2, 1 away.
This is going to be so crushing if you're Astralis, because what a comeback it was to even get to 11 before them getting around.
What, they got 2 rounds on the first half, I think it was?
Yep, it's 13-2.
Dire. Making this look like a train from 1.6. Or even a nuke from 1.6 as well. Nuke could be.
Or even a nuke from early CSGO.
Yeah, incredibly CT-sided in the old days.
G2 are everywhere. 1 minute 30. They are in CT garage. Watch out for these pistols though. Dupree will pick body off, but can he retrieve a weapon? G2 slowing it down after taking so much absurd map control. Just waiting for Astralis to take gambles, which they must. Dupree, Zipex with the CZ, Glaive with the MP9. And G2 will wait. Switching Kenny in the garage.
So smart from G2 as well, knowing they have such a huge advantage in the arsenal. It's just like, how is Astralis going to find out how to get back into this round? They need information, but they don't have the weaponry to get in any fights. If they do find that information, they need people to be up close. So G2 is able to just kind of probe at leisure and patiently wait for a mistake. And even though it doesn't come, they're still going to have a big advantage.
Oh wow. But a kill's made here by Astralis, but it's not enough in the end. It's a 16-11 finish from G2. Really nice game from them, and the whole series has been pretty impressive. Kenny, we didn't see much of him on Overpass, but on Nuke, he turned up.
Classic Kenny. I want to see a score for the end of the game. We mentioned he had 23 at the end of the first half. It was a struggle for G2 on the T-set. I think the big difference was they were doing damage even in rounds they were losing, which Astralis didn't seem to be doing in the first half. So when they eventually